welcome to the Super R-CADE Show.
Hello everyone, welcome, we're back. It's time for this week's Super R-CADE Show. Hi, oh my gosh. Hello.
Soaring.
This week, of course, we're back. We've been away for a week. We had a week off. We had a brief hiatus. We weren't here. Were we? Were we here last week?
We weren't doing this, but I haven't
I've
had
had way more than a week off from this show.
This is true. This is true. I've had time off.
I've got like a month
but not
at this
everything
point.
else.
But not everything else. I've kind of been on with everything and doing other things. But yes, it's good to be back though. It's good to be back on stream. Sam has brought the blue monster today as opposed to
This
the
is
green.
brand new. This
Brand
is
new?
new. I've never seen this before.
What
I was
flavours?
at New Flat. I went to my soon to be local. They will know my face. They will know my tail. Corner shop,
your
and they had
tattoos.
this. And I went to buy. Well, they won't because those will change on a bi-monthly basis. I went to buy energy drinks, and as I was paying for them, the guy just said, "Have you tried the blue one?" And I went, "I've never. It's brand new. I've not had before. I've not tasted it. It smells like grapefruit, which
This
is great.
has the details of all of the different cans in it.
Nadia,
right
where's
here.
your monster-related item?
Andrew's about to grab Yoshi.
Nice, nice. Mine was just my face. That was it.
Oh,
I was waiting for that.
Thanks. No, I have this little guy. Is that okay?
He's not really that monstrous.
He's a little robot.
It's rather endearing.
He'll run around in my hand and he'll do little tricks and things, but no.
Do you have a name?
I have a name.
Does he have a name?
Supposedly his name's Moxie. Whoa, Jesus! He ran off
His
my
name-
hand.
Yeah.
His little wheels are very grippy.
Is it like I think it's like a smaller version of the, I assume the more expensive one?
Yeah, he's very. Shut up, dude. Yeah, he's
I
like
could,
a simpler version of the crazy G-bot dude, the robot things that interact with each other and things. Yeah. He does tricks and things. He has some sensors on the front of his face, but I don't have a name for him. Supposedly he's called Moxie or something like that, but I don't know.
Ed.
Anyway, welcome to this week's Super R-CADE Show. That's the show and tell part of the show over and done with. Next
I
up,
didn't even show anything interesting. Just grapefruit.
next up,
Tomarish Migaraki.
we talk about how we're doing. So, for those of you who've never seen the Super R-CADE Show before, it's the weekly catch-up with me and the guys, with myself, Andrew, Lewis, Nadia, and Sam. And we all talk about how we've been getting on over the last 7 days, because we don't talk to each other at all until Tuesday.
It's all moderated by Craig David.
Yeah, all the other stuff that you see on our Twitch channel is all pre-recorded, of course. We just change our costumes like between shows to make it look real, you know. And we also go through the week's gaming news, video game news from around the world. As well as a few fun mini games that we've all come up with together. So I'd like to start off this week by wishing everyone a very happy May the 4th. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Star Wars Day, guys.
Don't need to. Just put the one true ring on that finger while you're at it. Aye, okay, cool. Yeah. Nicely put.
My dad's wearing his Star Wars shoes.
What?
I'm not wearing mine.
Who's wearing Star Wars shoes?
My dad.
His
He's
dad.
got his Star Wars shoes on.
I thought you said
He's
your
got
dad.
some Star Wars Adidas. I have some Star Wars Vans. I used to wear mine every year. I forgot this morning. I'm just wearing Jordans.
Fair enough.
Nothing about me is Star Warsy except this vague lighting behind me.
Fair enough. I was going to wear one of my many voice-changing masks. I did wear
That'd
the
be a
Darth
nightmare.
Vader one a few weeks back. I was going to do a Stormtrooper this week, but I thought it's going to get in the way too much. I'm not going to be able to run the show properly. It's quite funny for a bit, but not for an entire show. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. I used to have a really cool. It was a New Hope T-shirt. It was like the movie poster, but it was in like Arabic. It was like a Middle Eastern release of the movie, printed on a T-shirt, and I loved that T-shirt so much. But unfortunately, it just it got old and worn, and I had to get rid. Also, I got bigger, fat. So yeah. Anyway, Happy May the 4th. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody. Long live Frodo. Thank you, oh my gosh, yes indeed. How is everyone? Who are you going to go? Nadia, let's go with you first. Aha! Caught you off guard there, didn't I?
God, in crap.
How are
To be
you?
fair, technically I have to give up like 3 weeks of.
This is true, we've got a lot to catch up on with you because we had a bearded version of you for a while. Who then shaved.
Yeah, a bearded
and
version.
didn't show.
Yeah.
Strange.
As a stash.
Yeah.
So it's a stashed version of me, which is weird because I already have a mustache. So I have been doing uni work. I've finished said uni work, which is maybe went okay. Who knows? I'll find out in about a month.
Random applause.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
applause.
Ruth. Thank you, Luke.
Thank you. What else have I been up to? I've started doing daily yoga.
Ah.
I'm
How's
doing a
that going?
30-day yoga thing. It's okay. I'm getting slightly better at it. It still hurts, but you know what? I might as well do something. I was like, you know what? I'm doing some form of exercise or stretching or something because I have become a pasta noodle, like an overcooked pasta noodle. It's not good. So
I want to be more al
Really
dente
undercooked.
again. Sorry?
Surely an undercooked pasta noodle.
Overcooked. No, I'm an overcooked
You're
pasta noodle.
Overcooked is
Then
like,
It could be
yeah.
floppy. Are you floppy?
I am.
Or
An,
are you stiff?
I am-
undercooked or not cooked would be rigid and
Yeah, al
snappable.
dente. Al
Um,
dente.
Cooked to the
Well,
point I'm
then-
just squishy. At this point, just
Okay.
squishy. Like,
Okay.
no.
I'm more like a baked potato.
Like you try, it's like kind of when you try and start to like get it to go into a certain shape and it just snaps instead. Like that.
Lewis, what carbohydrate are you?
A lasagna sheet, of course. But
That's
That's a throwback and a half.
because I'm fragile.
And
You
it's
wanna
just
get
like,
that joke? You'll need to go and look at the staff intro videos on our YouTube channel.
There you go. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for the plug.
Also, I was quite happy because today I had one of my projects for university was basically we were supposed to make a game in response to a brief from a client, and the client was quite happy with what we've done, so we're now in talks to basically have our game and promotional stuff put on their website and be named as people who have done stuff with them and collaborated with them, and it's just quite good for all our portfolios, and they seemed really keen and really happy about what we ended up creating for them, so I'm really glad about that. So
How
I've had some
thousands of people will
good
hear your children's television show voice.
Oh, the voice. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, the me speaking in children's rhymes. Which
Also,
is
the screams.
when you don't
actually,
know me
yeah.
and the screams. Yeah, which like if you know me, it sounds creepy. If you don't know me, apparently it sounds fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Context.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so I've had everything's been kind of good. I still need to. I've got my eyes tested. My vision has not changed. I'm not going any blinder than I usually am, so that's good. What else have I done?
Well, how are
Building
you
on
intending? How are you intending
Huh?
to spend your free time now?
I am.
You're in summer. The
I am
world
in
is the
summer.
world is your oyster biscuit thing for ice creams.
Oyster biscuit.
Oyster,
Yeah, he's
ice
talking about an
cream,
oyster wafer.
An ice cream oyster. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
me.
Not the word
okay.
wafer.
Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, I get it now.
That was
I know, so
confused
I'm
me as a
going
kid.
to. I've got like tutorial stuff to do for Unity, in order to like feel a bit more confident running about with Unity and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and do that over the summer. I've got crochet projects I need to start and finish. Got to get myself over the anxiety of going outdoors because that's a new thing I have to deal with. Yay!
I'm getting better at it slowly, very, very slowly.
Yeah, I was about to like just before I left for the opticians yesterday. I was just like, I'm feeling fine, and I was like, I feel sick. Nope, just need to go. Need to go to the optician. We'll be fine. Oh great, that's it. And they're just sitting there like. But other than that, yeah, I've got a couple of things I need to do. I just need to sort of get out of my head and do it instead of sitting about going. These are the things I'm planning to do. Okay, here comes executive dysfunction. Do none of these things. Stare at a screen for a while. Okay, great. But yeah, that is me. That has been me for the last wee while. Can't speak also. And if anyone tuned in to me streaming on Friday, you would definitely know
That's
that.
what you've got to look forward to.
Oh no, I was like away with the fairies on Friday, man.
If you have too much time and can't watch all of the Arcade 2 streams because you're watching all of the Arcade Glasgow streams, don't worry now. At the end of the month, there's clip shows. Or if it's the other way around and you're that weird person who's found Arcade 2 and not Arcade Glasgow, There are R-CADE Glasgow clips at the end of the month. Hello, I'm Sam. I wanted to be an advertiser when I was younger. Can anyone
Sam,
tell?
how are you? Sam, how are you? How are you this week?
Yeah, I'm fine. Usual thing I complained about 2 months ago, because it's back again. I've got university work to do, but my brain is locked in on R-CADE work, and it's hard to shift my brain back. That's no fault of the company or any of those things. It's just purely like, I don't want to... I'm not motivated to write about sociology. I'm motivated to make videos where I talk to myself in a concrete dungeon. That's more motivating. And editing Nadia talking about slime. Those are the things that motivate me currently. So that's a weird dysfunction I'm going through right now. It's fine though. I've got a bunch of articles to read this evening. I'm going to stay up super late and get back onto my personal time schedule when it comes to sleep. Sam time, because it's better for me. I do better work that way. I'll actually get the work done. I'm all ready to read about why me being white is bad. No, that's an oversimplification. All ready to read about why me being white is a complicated scenario in a world of social justice movements, which is going to be a really fun essay to write. Especially because at the end of it I get to call the university out on being too white. It's going to be really fun. I realised that when I was looking up. It's basically one of my 2 university questions is should white people take the knee? And then it's like elaborate on the importance of white people and in conversations about black racial rights and things like that. And at the end of it, I really want to just go, really, we shouldn't be asking this question because it centralises white people in a conversation about black rights, which is really unfortunate from a predominantly white university in a white country.
Yeah, and it's also the outstanding problem about all of that is that we shouldn't be centering it around white opinion or white action.
Absolutely, that's why I'm like...
The whole point is bringing black rights to light,
yeah.
That's the ironic part of the question. So I really want to end it on, while I think I've made it very clear that the importance is to diminish our voices, the fact that you've asked this question is kind of acidine.
Yeah, what about me?
How do you fit in? Well,
and a conversation is not about you, and it's the same, it's like, because it's the same standpoint to go as well, how should men rights, and you're just... Maybe not talk about it.
Because we're running out of time for the getting to hear from each of us, and Andrew and Lewis have much more important things to talk about. I've also almost finished all of Peaky Blinders. I've got 5 episodes left, I think. They just shot a gay man in a lift. And then I've got Line of Duty.
Most gay people are shot, yeah. Just want to,
Me and the parents started the final season that's got everyone annoyed. Ironically, the day after it ended. So we've watched the first 3 episodes, possibly the first 2. The first 2 episodes actually. So we've still got like 4 left. So I'm not yet at the point that everyone's complaining about. So I don't know, don't want the spoilers. I'm still excited. I still feel bad for Terry. Terry is my boy. I've felt bad for Terry since season 1 when he was being manipulated by a little kid. And so, but I'm also now slightly convinced that Terry is the criminal mastermind behind everything. And if you've not watched the show, this will make 0 sense. But if you do watch the show, you'll understand. I understand Terry's plight. Anyway, that's
alright.
my
He makes good chocolate oranges, so that's all that matters, really. So.
He doesn't. He gets bullied.
Alright, chocolate oranges are good. And now that they have them in little pack, like pre-sliced.
No. Those segments are smaller. Do not fall for that.
Also, Nadia, are you complaining about the breaking open of a Terry's chocolate orange?
Yes.
The arguable best part of it.
That's the best part.
Drop it down the stairwell.
It never breaks. It never breaks.
Drop it down a
You're not hanging hard enough.
What?
You don't get creative. When I was a kid, it was just stand on a chair and drop it. Then as I got older, it was whack it with a cricket bat. Just have fun breaking Terry's chocolate.
Yeah.
The dropping it down the stairwell was Christmas. I had 3 friends over, dropped it from my flat down to the basement. It hit the one step in the entire stairwell that didn't have carpeting on it, bounced off the concrete lip of that and smashed up against a wall.
So yeah, break it, but make sure it's still edible after. I think.
What was?
I live in a house.
5
I
second
don't
rule,
have
Liz.
concrete
5 second
stairs
rule.
anywhere.
That's where you get the hammer out.
But if I had to baseball bat a freaking Terry's chocolate orange,
Am I the weird one that
would,
cracks it against his knee?
Yeah, I do. I would usually, if I'm on my own, I would do it against my knee. But as a kid, usually I would do it against my little brother's head.
Nadia was more concerned by Lewis's knee than me.
No, because at this point I'm just like,
I got myself a chocolate orange.
And your knee, Lewis.
No. Just use the corner of a table or the knee and get it in that like the bit where it's when they're all like shown.
I love the thought of you just like knee kick.
Big Terry's chocolate orange.
You know, I had the ones that side of your head.
That's actually something I was going to ask about when we started talking about individual segments. You know the giant Toblerones, like the huge
airport
ones. That the one time I got one as a kid, you had to hammer and chisel it apart.
Yeah.
Would you rather that it was the size of that, right? It was actually that big, or would you rather if you bought that, it was just filled to the brim, not Pringles filled, but filled to the brim of the mini ones?
No, the giant.
I'd rather it was the
giant
big one.
Every
Big
time,
one?
giant one.
You mean like the giant Chupa Chup lollies that are just really small, tiny Chupa Chup lollies?
Yeah, that's a lie.
I can't.
It's a lie. Thanks, Senator. Thank you. Terry's chocolate pumpkin coming to a shop near you. Thanks, Titana. Thank you.
Oh. Andrew, how's your week been?
Yeah, boring stuff, things. God, yeah, good. I've just been doing the usual. I bought. I showed off this to everybody earlier. Got myself an Xbox Elite Series 1 controller today. Got this for some pounds off of the eBays. It needs a small repair, but I can do that no problem. You know what I'm like. So I got that cheap. I also bought an entire Xbox as well, Sam. So I actually have an Xbox, and
I trust you with Xboxes.
I haven't punched it yet. It's working perfectly. It's like not a day one, but it's one of the originals. It's not an S or an X in any way. But it does the job. Did I ever tell you this very embarrassing? Just on the punching of Xboxes, when I was in high school, in third year, going through my first proper relationship woes, being very frustrated in the relationship I was having, I became one of those stereotypical American white boys, and I punched a wall in school because I was frustrated with my emotions. And there was a girl who was part of this whole situation, but then didn't talk to any of us after this. But she ran to the girl I was dating and went, "He punched a wall! He punched a wall because of you!" And I was just like, this feels weird. This is a weird scenario I'm in, and I don't like it.
Big Kyle energy.
Nice.
Big Kyle, Sam.
Thanks, Kane. Thanks.
How was the rest of your week, Andrew?
Apart from that,
buying
just buying Xboxes. There's a big present coming from Michelle tomorrow. She doesn't know about it, so hopefully she's not watching the show right now.
You are kind of
apart from that, just working on the shop. Mildly annoyed. The big present for Michelle tomorrow was supposed to
Michelle's
arrive.
in the chat, by the way.
She has a present. Was supposed to arrive yesterday, which is why I didn't go to the shop. And did my first stream back here at the house instead of from R-CADE, which was the plan originally. But yeah, we played Ark yesterday. It was really good to get on the server. It was really good fun. And we played some Mario Kart last night as well, which was really good. So it was good to come back to streaming after a wee holiday. I feel refreshed. I've forgotten how everything works, and it was all broken, but it seems to all be working now. And yeah, we're all good. It's all happy days.
The way you phrase that, Andy, I'd like to pitch to the R-CADE staff a team bonding exercise once we're allowed to be in the same room with
Picnic!
people.
Sorry.
Well, picnic, yes, but Andrew mentioned a Wii holiday. I'd like to go on a trip where we just spend the week trying to get good at Nintendo Wii games. Or Wii Sports Resort, yeah. Or we go to a resort. Let's go to Centre Parks and just do things you can do in Wii Sports Resort.
Listen, that's 3 groups of friends that want to go to Centre Parks, man. I can't afford that.
Do we just yell "we"?
No,
the whole time?
I know we're not meant to be in big groups, but all of them going together would probably save them all money.
Or save Nadia money. Nadia goes with all 3 groups, but she gets a different flat. A different Centre Parks flat in the 3 different sections that they're living in. She has to make sure they're all side by side, so she's on the same street, and at night she has to cycle her bicycle from one cul-de-sac to the next. That's what you do. That's what you do in Centre Parks.
See, I was thinking you were going for she would wear different outfits and meet up with
everyone
at different times of the day or something.
Somebody else with a different family.
Yeah.
I'd just like to point out that we can't go to Centre Parks, unfortunately. I need to choose one of you to come with me to OLL 22 next year, so that is
only one of us.
Yeah. John.
What?
I mean, we need to leave enough staff to actually run the shop if it's open. No. So if we're still in lockdown and we're unable to open, then we can all go as a big group. But unfortunately,
we won't be going as R-CADE because that won't exist. So there's only one option.
Is the music too loud, Mish? Sorry, I turned it off.
Pick someone else, and I'll just take holidays.
That doesn't make any sense. We still need the shop.
One of us is just sitting in the shop on their own.
Only and the chicken will do it. Oh, Michelle has to go to OLL as well.
Oh, well. Maybe. We'll see.
Lewis, how's your week been?
Oh, well.
Yes.
Hell.
How are you, Lily?
I would love to tell you guys how my week has been, but that is confidential information that my brain doesn't even know because I feel like I've came out of an exam and I don't remember what I've done for my entire life. While you guys have been all explaining what you've been doing for the past week, I've just been like, I can't remember anything.
Did your brother break a Terry's chocolate orange over your head? Well, in the
No.
last 10 minutes.
Oh, you were asleep.
I've been 3D printing stuff.
Nice.
So that's cool. I tried my hand at printing models. They came out bad. So I need to work on that.
World. Welcome to the world
Yeah.
of 3D printing, my friend.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Cloudpunk. I played that on
You did on Thursday.
Thursday for my stream, but I've been continuing that over the weekend. And dang, I cannot recommend that game enough. Like, it's got a big DLC coming out. It's like sequel sized, and I can't wait.
That's Lewis.
Question from
Can you now not recommend it enough because you got acknowledged by the developers?
Oh yeah, that was great. One of the writers came in and was like,
Right at the
"Thanks
end.
for playing the game." Yeah, right. I imagine he'd probably been there the whole time, and it frightens me about anything bad that I might say. But obviously, I'm bad, and I've forgotten if I've even said
No, you were
anything
good.
bad.
As the
so-
person who watched through the whole stream for clips, again, you can get the R-CADE 2 clips of the month over on YouTube. You were absolutely brilliant. You did want to ride a dump truck, but that's probably
I did want to
conversation
ride a
for
dump
Megan.
truck.
That just gives me flashbacks to that time that we had Grado on and I ran away because I'd spent most of that episode chatting shit about Grado.
Best thing. Best
So-
thing.
I realised
Yeah.
my mic is miles away from me, but this might fuck up and don't screw up Andy's sound.
You're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine.
Speaking of fine, games have been fine.
Are we ready to move on? Ladies and gentlemen, it
Someone's
is.
been fine for gaming.
I'm going to play you a little ad that I played at the start of the show, but I'm going to play it again because it's freaking hilarious, and then we're going to do the gaming news. So enjoy this. We'll see you on the other side. Be right back in 2 seconds.
I can recommend tacos in Norwich.
Tacos.
I respect this dog now.
Only available at patreon.com/arcade Glasgow.
But again, Andy, it's golden. I've also made a similar. I've not added an ending clip to it, but I've taken a clip from the Noah video.
It's time for this week's gaming news. There it is. There it is. There it is. Double audio. Thank you, Totana. I will fix that for next time. I promise. That was Sam's Patreon exclusive YouTube content that you can only get by visiting that link that Tony's just put in the chat. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you, Totana. So jump on there and you'll be able to watch the full video of Sam playing that game.
Bulldog teaches typing.
I was going to say, can you just give us a full title of the game, Sam? That was beautiful. That's
Bulldog
what I
teaches type. Well,
Taping?
as my mum pointed out after she watched it, teaches tippying.
Taping.
So
yeah. Anyway, it's time for the gaming news. I've got a few little bits and pieces for you guys this week. First up, we're going to talk about the news coming out of Microsoft, which there it is. I thought I'd lost it, but I found it again. And the news is that they've released some. Well, I don't know if you guys know about this, but Xbox were doing something they're working on something very specific called FPS Boost. Do you know about this? Anybody heard about this?
Boosting in FPSs is a bad thing.
Well, it's actually the frames per second boost, not an FPS boost.
Oh.
There you go, wrong FPS. But it's an upgrade to your Xbox Series X and S games that will give you a higher resolution or higher refresh rate. For your game. So they've added 74 new games. Not new games. They've added 74 games to the list of FPS Boost games, so these games are going to get a bump from either 30 frames up to 60 or 60 or even 30 all the way up to 120 for the Series X. So I've got a list somewhere of the.
So is this
74
just
games.
like optimization that they've
Pretty
done,
much,
or
pretty
is this
much.
like download more RAM?
I believe there will be additional patches to download for specific games to make use of the better frame rates. This video that I'm playing in the background is actually Red Dead Redemption 2, just showing off the difference between 30 frames and 60 frames for those of you who do not have.
60 looks
Why does the
worse.
60 look hazier?
It looked worse to me.
It-
Things are
it's-
further away.
It's
and
smoother.
fuzzy.
It is smoother to me.
Is it?
Anyway. I don't know. I might be just used to this now, but it's smoother
Because-
for me. This is Rust now, I believe.
I don't think. Yeah,
That's
it's worse.
30.
I don't believe
Alright.
that it's. I think they've changed other settings. Than
I
just
don't
the
like it.
FPS.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is.
I don't like
I
it.
also,
It's
I also
smoother in your side to side, but the actual
have
visual
motion
looks
blur.
worse.
They have
yeah,
motion
I'd
blur
also
on.
Yeah,
say
they
yeah,
have motion
because
blur on, yeah.
the unfortunate thing is as they get closer and closer to technically how you normally see things, it's getting closer and closer enough to actually cause nausea
Yeah.
at this point with
So-
the way that the motion moves, because it's almost but not quite right, so you're just like, oh.
This is an interesting
so-
thing. Michelle and I got a new TV this week. I didn't mention that in the new things that happened to me this week. But
Mine, big baller boy Andy buying
it's-
UTV, not even that big of a deal.
Is this a
It's-
Battlefield 4 advert?
I think so. I can't remember what game it said on the list this was going to be.
Ago.
This was a while back. But yeah, we got a new TV and it is 4K Ultra HD, and it does go at like 60 frames per second. But we were noticing it more when we were watching movies and stuff. So we watched. I can't remember the name of the film, but it's one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, where he plays a pilot.
I can't tell you.
Flight something, I think it's called.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Concord?
no, not Flight.
Flight Simulator.
But yeah, running at 60 frames per second, it made the film look like a video game. Ironically, like Michelle even mentioned it. She was like, "This looks like a video game. Can we turn the frame rate down?" So I ended up having to turn the frame rate on the television down just so it would look like a movie again.
Yeah.
So I get that
is
sort
my-
of unreal, that uncanny valley kind of thing that goes on
Yeah,
when you turn
yeah.
the frame rate right up.
That's what was happening when things started going HD.
Yeah.
That like the best example I give of why it suddenly became very, very obvious that nothing was filmed in HD was the EastEnders show had to burn
EastEnders.
down the EastEnders show had to burn down half of Albert Square because it looked fake now that they'd put it into HD. So they had to remake the entire like set
Yeah.
because nothing looked real.
Detail, yeah.
This is Sam's corner of the show where he talks about wrestling. Because in the last
with
year,
the new camera for entrances, yes.
WWE invested in a 4K
They
camera
don't
that
always use.
they use arbitrarily.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like every like 18th shot is the camera, and it's like
4K camera.
we can tell the
It's-
difference, guys.
Yeah, you can really tell 'cause
Yeah.
it's like when one film is being filmed in like one
Format.
aspect ratio,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
just change it, and it's like, what? This
Yeah.
feels
But-
weird.
But then
Most
WWE.
Most
Yeah,
people's
sorry.
discussion when it comes to WWE thing is that it makes it look like one of their video games because of how smooth the new thing you're seeing is. It doesn't look right, as Andy said, because they're switching between the two arbitrarily.
Yeah.
So when we get
One
TVs
with
with graphics cards
And-
inbuilt,
Well, I mean, my new TV has a processor in it. I mean, it does have its own. I think it's a quad-core processor as well. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
It's
It's the
unnecessary.
weirdest thing to me is that they keep sort of like, I get why they're doing it, like, oh, we need to improve or we're trying to improve, and I'm like, but is it, like, unless you can get it straight to that, like, I don't like when films look like they're happening in real life.
Scares
Okay,
me.
this
It's like
is
a
a-
train's
Like,
gonna
what-
come through the screen.
So this
Like
is
a lot of no, but it looks weird.
This
like
is a
TV shows
stylistic-
sometimes.
Uncanny
this is
Valley.
a stylistic choice, though. I mean, it is personal to each person. I personally quite like 60 frames per second, and it's even when watching films, if that film fits it. So if it is like a set in the present, and it is supposed to look futuristic, or sorry, if it's set in the present or the future, and it's supposed to look realistic, then I actually don't mind watching it in 60 frames per second. If it's a movie like we were watching Shutter Island, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, and that in 60 frames per second was freaking horrible, but as soon as I turned it over to the old frame rate of 24 frames per second, it was
still
gorgeous.
horrible.
No, Yoshi wanted to see it. He was curious as to what it was, and I was like, okay, it's
Was he
Scorsese.
upset
I was
that
just teasing.
was it just about shop orders in Barbados?
No. But yeah, it depends on the subject matter, I think, and that would apply also to games as well. But it doesn't. You watch something like Assassin's Creed or something that's set in an era which you wouldn't have that kind of fidelity. It's supposed to be stylized as old, so that kind of fits. But I don't know, it's difficult to explain.
That's it. I don't know.
There's also... Yeah, sorry, you go. Yeah, you go. I speak a lot. You
There's something also to say about things looking absolutely like realistic and amazing, like you're looking at it through your own eyes, but you're actually a camera in third person. So like on screen we just saw like the boats going by. It's like that looks amazing, but I would never see that angle in real life, and it feels weird.
Yeah.
Like I would never be watching myself from third person walking around, but everything looks so
Does this
real.
come back to?
Yeah.
What?
My issue with it is when you get to first person, then you just start feeling like I think the more high tech some of this stuff, the more high frame rate. I genuinely feel sick.
I mean,
when I watch
it's
it.
kind of the same argument with VR, right? I mean, that's the reason a lot of motion sickness happens is because of the frame rate that's happening right at your eye. And it has to be realistic to trick your eye into knowing that it's real, or thinking that it's real, when it knows it's not.
But it's not quite, so it's still like
not there. Exactly. But that's the argument going the other way. And that VR needs to be bang on and the highest frame rate possible for your brain to get tricked.
It means we're going to have an entire area of time where people are just getting made nauseous by their games, especially like driving games and stuff like that. Like things. But then it's also this annoyingly pushes the games industry towards something an occurring trend is this need for realism. Like so many games are like, we want to be ultra realistic, uncanny.
Oh, Nadia, you're cutting out a
Like-
little
Nadia cut out. So gritty, realistic. We need to look exactly like real life.
Run it again, go.
Gonna get.
And I hate that kind of thing because I'm like, I don't want to look at a character in a game and go, I know who that actor is. Like at this point, I can pretty much recognize Peter Stormare and everything. Because it's in all games. I'm like looking at the Resident Evil trailer and going, is that Peter Stormare?
Yep.
Which I think I'm right about. It's Peter Stormare, isn't
That's
it?
the
In
problem.
Resident Evil 8.
Since
Until Dawn's the one that really annoyed me about that.
It's Until Dawn's like it's really uncanny valley. Like
It's
every
the teeth,
character,
it's the teeth.
yeah, like
And Detroit
simple
comes
face, and then it's just
Why?
like
Anyway,
teeth and with their jaw, it's not.
74 games added to the list. I think it takes the list up to a total of 97, I believe. That is
Give me some of them though.
that is rolling out now. So if you check your Xbox Series S or Series X, there will be a little icon to tell you that you're getting a wee FPS boost to make your gaming more realistic. And that starts
For 2 Point Hospital though.
yeah, 2 Point Hospital's on there.
That was
more
the one that
realistic.
threw me.
Yeah. Blood. Anyway, moving on. Sticking with Microsoft. Microsoft came out on Thursday last week to say that starting August 1st this year, they're going to raise the percentage of revenue that developers get from the sale of their games to match the Epic Game Store. So they're going to jump up from 70% up to 88%, which is what Epic give back to the developers selling games through their store, which is, of course, I don't know if you guys already knew this, but I was already aware that that is actually higher than Steam. Steam only gives 66% of revenue from game sales back to the developer and keeps the other 33 or 34% for themselves.
Which is why Epic was getting exclusives.
Yes. Which made gamers hate Epic, which made no sense. I mean, they give back.
No, so people didn't hate Epic for getting exclusives. People just hated Epic, and then Epic were getting exclusives.
Yeah, which made it worse.
Like Fortnite, not real game.
See, it's for me, it's none of that. It's just a personal vendetta.
That's fair.
Yeah,
So like,
a lot of people are like
A lot
that.
of people
A lot of people
didn't like
yeah.
Epic as a thing anyway. Like, I'm glad to know that they were
thanks Tony.
fairer to their developers. Like, as someone that's hoping to be in the industry, at least now I know to avoid Steam.
Well, no,
Robin
Lewis
Batman.
isn't the only one. If you go to YouTube right now, then there are 50 million videos of people explaining why the Epic
Why
Game
Epic
Store
works.
is evil and why it should be shut down, and why it shouldn't exist in the first place.
I'd like to
20
defend
million
myself.
of those are Lewis.
I'd like to defend myself and say they can exist all they want. I'm never gonna not tell them to not. All right, but personally,
It's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, a lot of people have been
like
using...
they've slighted me, and I'm not giving them my money. You guys can give them your money, or take the games for free, whatever. But
The only reason I have
slighted me,
Epic is because the Unreal tournament engine was an Epic, and Andy can like support the fact that I was nearly throwing my laptop out of the window
She was.
because of trying to use Unreal and
This is
Epic.
No, not even trying to use it, trying to get it working in the first place. Like actually.
Yeah, because it was hiding things from me. Like I had to
it was.
fix settings because
Like,
it was.
you want to do
hiding
what?
stuff.
No, we need this file and.
We don't have that. I'm like,
So yeah, starting August 1st, Microsoft are going to match Epic Game Stores with an 88% revenue income to developers, which is really, really good. I just want to point out that the 66% that I said about Steam is not 100% correct. So many numbers. 66% of revenue goes to developers if their game has made $10 million or less. If it makes over $10 million, then they get 75% of the revenue, and if it makes more than $50 million, then the developers get 80% of the revenue for that sale.
That's great for independence.
Yeah, that's not great either. I know.
no.
I feel like it should be like reverse.
To be fair, regardless of which way they do it, at some point it's stealing, and at other points it's basically manipulation of indie developers.
Yeah, exactly. Which leads me nicely into the next news piece that I have. Yesterday, Epic
my troubles seem
Games.
so far away.
Thank you, Sam.
Now it looks like mine looks here to say I've been here since yesterday.
No, my next piece is Epic Games started their lawsuit or their fight with Apple in the US courts yesterday. They came in with their opening statements. Basically, the story being that Epic bypassed the Apple Store, the way people buy things through the Apple Store. So basically, they had Fortnite available through the Apple Store, and then to buy cosmetic stuff, instead of using the App Store to do so, Epic managed to make people do it through their store, therefore bypassing the charges that Apple would then get for using the Apple Store. And Apple were like, no likey that. You're taking money that we should get because you're using our store and our products and our iPhones and our, etc. And so initially, Epic sued or started a lawsuit against Apple because they Apple kicked Epic off of their store. And now Apple have started a new lawsuit against Epic saying, hey, you sold a load of stuff without putting it through our store. You need to give us more money.
But yes, Sam?
How does it work for Steam, Microsoft, and Sony when it goes through their stores buying V-Bucks?
They choose whether or not to put an extra charge on it. The best example of this that I can think of is Twitch, ironically. If you buy a Twitch sub through the Twitch website, just as standard, then the money gets split evenly between Twitch and the streamer, sorry, yes. If you do it through an Apple product, then a percentage goes to Apple as well as the streamer and Twitch. So it's actually, I think it was slightly more expensive to buy a Twitch sub through an Apple product than it was to buy it through any other method.
The problem that runs is I want Apple to lose, mostly because I don't like Apple. I'm having recently had to go about through the rigmarole of developing a game that can be used as an app. Creating it for an Android phone, easy, free, simple. Trying to do it for iOS, not at all in the same vein because Apple is proprietary and they want to drain money out of anything that they can.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it depends on what the contract was. If the contract thing to do with any extra cosmetics, which they can actually argue, then Apple not got anything to go on this. But it just depends on how the contract's set in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, it's a funny one because like Google also made a very similar argument to what Apple are making right now. I can't remember when it was. It was a few years ago, but it was in regards to I think it was Kayak search engine. Basically, Google were saying they shouldn't be allowed to have a Kayak search engine because, or it was the other way around. Basically, Google were like the only ones, so they were monopolizing the search engine method, and Kayak had their own search engine for doing holiday stuff, and either Google didn't like it or Kayak was like, we can't fight against this and it's not fair. And that's a similar thing that's going on with Apple, and Apple have kind of monopolized their user base because you can't do anything without going through the App Store. It's all kind of walled off. You've got to get, even to get your software into an iPhone or a Mac or a MacBook or anything like that.
Part of their development program,
it has to be signed off by them. And if it's not good enough, if they don't think it's, then you're not getting in there, which is just another form of control that they have, which in one aspect is good for keeping a safe ecosystem, but in another aspect it's not fair because it takes control away from the people developing stuff.
Specifically, the reason why outside the Apple Store, a man standing with a sign that says "Cheap Apple repairs this way," pointing a completely different direction.
And they can't move him on because that's public.
Because it's public property.
Lewis, sorry, you're going to say something. Yes.
I was just going to say that in a battle between corporations,
they both suck. Well,
it's
actually,
usually,
no, ethically,
it's usually us, the individual, that loses. So,
or the individuals who have Apple products, which already suck anyway. So sorry, Sam.
Doesn't work because I've got a case. So all this is doing is me going, Power Rangers time force.
Something fun to come out of the court case from yesterday, though, is there was a document leaked, and it showed off some interesting facts about Epic Game Store, actually. Which was, I'll put it on screen right now. Actually, I should just be able to control tab to it. Oh, there it is off Twitter. So this is a list.
Are we allowed to display this, or is like a red dot going to appear on one of our foreheads?
No, it's okay. Don't worry. They're not going to sue us. They're not going to come back
and
chasing after me.
I'm
Come
in a
on.
concrete punk.
This is TOS,
You
right?
saw the heart button and you had to click it, didn't you? Either that or your finger slipped.
If you'd like to follow R-CADE Glasgow, people watching back later on YouTube, you can. Or on Twitch.
So
love us.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. This list is it's a list of all of the games that Epic gave away for free from the store's launch in 2018 up until I think it's September 2019. So interesting little document because basically this has on it all of the games. It has all of the it has all of the amounts of money that Epic paid to be able to give those games away for free. The first one being Subnautica, which, grand total, which you can't see under our faces, unfortunately. But the top one on the list is the first game they gave away free, Subnautica, and they paid $1,400,000 to be able to give that game away for free to their people that signed up to the store, and it meant that they got a 17% increase in sign-ups to the Epic Store in that first month. Which is mad. And then it shows you every single game that they've released for free in the months preceding that and how much money they paid for those games. But it's crazy, absolutely mental. That means
it's good business acumen, I guess.
It is really good business because
500,000.
So I mean, if you look at the bottom column, it actually tells you that in the grand total for their first sort of year of trading, nearly, they paid out $11 million. For all these games to go free on the game store, on their Epic game launcher, and for people to download for absolutely nothing, to try and win basically new sign-ups and therefore people buying stuff through their store, you know?
What? I don't understand Right, there's games here that I've never heard of that are being paid the most money.
Okay, which ones? Names
by Epic. Mutant Year Zero has been paid $1 million to get it distributed for free.
I don't know
huge
that
game.
Anybody play?
It's a Swedish game based on an RPG. I actually have the book up.
Ooh, really?
It's like the game of itself is like XCOM meets Wasteland style.
Do you know Slime Rancher that got paid $500,000?
I know
Yes.
Slime
Slime Rancher I heard
Um,
of, actually, yeah.
Totam's played Slime Rancher on his stream.
Totani's
actually.
played that.
Yeah.
The specifically with Mutant Year Zero, it has.
It was a new release at the time. It only came out like
That's true.
last year, halfway
Okay.
through.
I
or
mean,
Yeah,
something
and
like
if
that.
it's already
Batman
potentially-
Arkham, I understand.
Batman
Yeah,
Arkham
and
was a
it's
big one
potentially-
for them. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Mutant Year Zero potentially has already an established fan base.
True.
What about
with
Metro
with
being
yeah.
$0? They
So
paid
Metro,
nothing
right?
for
Okay,
Metro.
the Metro one is
Do that.
interesting, right? Because what they did pay money for that, but what they did was that was the time one of the timed exclusives that became a reason that a lot of people hated.
Right, okay.
Losing it. Yeah. So yeah, that did cost them money, but it wasn't included on this document. It is in a separate document as one of their timed exclusives, which included Metro 2033. It included Borderlands, did it not, as well? What else was timed exclusive on? I've forgotten now. There's quite a few big
Yeah,
ones.
Borderlands was timed exclusive for sure.
Yeah.
There was something else that was huge,
There was something,
but
huge.
it wasn't a franchise that I was interested in. But I can't remember.
Yeah, but they've not done that since Borderlands. There's not been many. I can't think of any timed exclusives on the Epic Store. No, nothing comes to mind. So I think they've learned from their ways.
Learn from the ways, or now they don't need to have timed exclusives.
That was the
People
thing.
are-
Yeah, because they've established themselves. They've got a user base
Yeah.
now of their own. I mean, looking at it, I was having a look at Steam, and I forgot how old Steam is. I mean, Steam goes way back to like early 2000s. Like it's mental. I was thinking about it. I was like, I remember registering Half-Life 2 on the Steam store, like on a dial-up internet connection, because I bought the game out of Electronics Boutique. 2003. I think that's what it was. I was something like that. It was
12th, 12th
early.
of September.
There you go. Exactly. So, I mean, they're going to be celebrating their 20th anniversary in a couple of years, which is mental to think about.
It looks as though, again, just looking at the numbers for how much they've paid for games and how many people have downloaded them, I'm right in saying those are the two columns side by side. They've been being pretty good at understanding the value of the things they're paying for, if that makes sense.
If you look at the Epic UA cost, which is the second last column on the right hand side, that is the cost of each game to user sign up. So it's cost them that much money to get a new user, and then that
Which
new
none
user.
of them are over. The worst one for them has
exception
been
of
Arkham.
Celeste and Abzu, I think it is. No, Celeste and Inside. They jump over $10, but everything else is under that, well under that.
World of Goo, 32 pence.
Yeah, 32 cents. It cost them for all the sign-ups for that, because they only paid $50,000 to have that game for free. And
What did I say about Celeste years ago, Andrew? It's just not a draw.
It's so good though. It's so good. But yeah, the cost of paying out the money for a single sign-up, and then that person will then most likely spend money on. They'll see a sale thing and they'll buy another game for $20, $30, and they'll instantly, make more money back from
What's the
that.
conversion rate? Free giveaways is something like 20%
Something like that, yeah.
return.
Or
So-
depending on the game, you might buy
Yeah.
in-game
Currency, yeah.
currencies.
Jackbox Party Pack invites you to buy more Jackbox Party Packs. Yeah, smart.
So there you go.
Interesting thing for courts to give us.
It is. So look out for more news coming out of the Epic and Apple battle lawsuit going on in the US right now. But that's it for gaming news. I don't think I have anything else. I don't have a yesterday's news. Sorry, Lewis, do you have a thing?
I do, yes.
Ooh.
And it's from today, actually. So it's like fresh. But
Yes.
Sony has bought a minority in Discord
Of the
following this all the Microsoft buyout debacle.
Yep.
Wait, what happened
so-
with that? What happened with the
It didn't
Microsoft
happen.
one?
Microsoft,
Yeah,
came out and
Microsoft
said,
was like,
not for us.
We're gonna buy you, and then Discord was like, no, thank you. So
Well, yeah, because everyone
Sony
looked at
is
Microsoft Teams and went, oh, Jesus.
yeah, Discord is being integrated to PS4. Well,
That actually
PlayStation,
wouldn't be-
PS5.
That'd be interesting.
That will work
that actually
well for
happening?
them. Work very well for them. Yeah,
That's smart.
So yeah,
I like that.
that was earlier today. I think like 6 hours or something. Maybe?
Awesome.
I don't know.
Nice.
A new game has also been released on Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, Apocalypse. Fine.
Oh.
That's now been
Rainbow
released
Six
also.
Siege Apocalypse has come to Rainbow Six Siege. If you want to also come to Rainbow Six Siege, or rather the people playing it, watch the R-CADE Glasgow team stream this Saturday
Excuse me,
from 6 until 8.
Yeah, sorry, what?
No.
It's also a limited time event, the
It
Apocalypse.
is. It is.
Yes.
So it's not like a big stay.
So after wrestling tonight, I might watch it. Watch it, play it.
Wrestling tonight's a different discussion. Join the wrestling club in the R-CADE Glasgow Discord. We have fun there. Do you know where else we have fun? Here on the Super Arcade Show when we play games!
I was just gonna say something. I had to.
Oh, sorry, Andrew, no, you
I'm
didn't.
sorry.
You said
No,
you-
usually this would be the part of this show where I do yesterday's news. However, yesterday's news is breaking off into its own thing. So check out
This is today's news for me.
check out the R-CADE YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon for my brand new series called Yesterday's News, which you will find exclusively on our YouTube.
I also need to announce that Shaquille O'Neal has signed a deal with Channel 4.
I have to also, there's one other game announcement that I didn't make because I was, you should play Turnip Boy Commits Tax.
No, for goodness sake.
We're just plugging games we like. I think you should play
It's so good!
That is just going to get a visit from HMRC any second now. So we're going to move on to the next piece of the show, which should be.
We'll shout out a game quickly.
Destiny's got a new season trailer dropped today at 3 o'clock. New season starts later this month. Returning from Destiny 1 is the Vault of Glass raid. Thank you very much, Sam.
Regret.
Beautiful.
To shoot that out.
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey!
The thing I call a game isn't really a game, but it's that thing I call a game where I present the staff of R-CADE Glasgow with a odd collaboration item, like the ones pictured in the video that was very poorly made, like the Cheetos KFC burger, or the Doritos Taco Bell taco.
KFC.
Today,
I'd
It's
appreciate
made-
any of these things if they actually delivered to my house.
well, Nadia, some of these things you'll be able to order online because today is May the 4th, and today we're going through some weird Star Wars collaborations. All of our games today are going to be Star Wars themed.
Oh no!
And today it's weird Star Wars pieces
Oh no!
of merchandise.
I've just put on the
Oh,
website that you
God.
wanted, Sam, and it looks like Jar Jar's trying to lick Nadia and Lewis. Like,
Well, Andy, we'll get to
No,
Jar
there's
Jar
enough
Jar
of a
with them
space.
later.
There's enough of space. It's fine.
That's actually that's one that comes up later. If you wouldn't mind scrolling down, Andy, to the Star Wars
God,
Early
we went
Bird
inside them.
certificate package.
oh, all right, okay. That's a
This is
nice
only-
Jar Jar to get away from me.
This is a list of 15 of the best Star Wars collaborative items ever. This is the Star Wars gift certificate package, essentially, which meant that when the action figure toys, of which I had many, but when the line first released in 1977, demand was so high that the company that was making them, Kenner, distributed these packages that you could buy instead for the equivalent of about 30 quid today, in today's money, which you could give to your family member at Christmas and tell them that they would get action figures eventually. Whenever Kenner had them in stock, they would ship
Here's a
you
picture of the stuff I couldn't get you.
Here's a picture of the stuff you'll get eventually, because that's if you. I can't remember the exact. It says there, once they had them in action, you would be shipped a Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, R2D2, and Chewbacca for again the equivalent of about $30 US.
Oh, okay.
So it is a picture of this is what I couldn't get you yet. There's a promise.
I like who Han Solo is. Like, they've got Chewbacca, but Han Solo.
Chewbacca's not actually that more popular. For a game we're playing later, I had to look up the most popular Star Wars characters, and Han Solo is the #1 on the list of most popular Star
Actually,
Wars
General
characters.
Grievous.
No, he's in your
Why is...
quote.
Oh my god, did you see Luke there? He has like a... It looked like... It was
Oh,
supposed to
no,
be a
he's
lightsaber,
conducting.
but it looked like a magic wand. It was just like...
I'm glad I got one from Fps Boost instead.
No, I think you're glad you got the ones that weren't from 1977.
So, interesting spin-off from this. The company Kenner an American-based company actually, who made those models. The AT-AT actually, Sam, that we bought last year in Norwich. Not last year, year before, sorry, in 2019, Jesus.
Back in the day.
The AT-AT that we bought down in Norwich when we were visiting One Life Left was a Kenner model. It was the original from 1978, I believe it says underneath it. And I might have just about finished modifying it finally, which is what I was going to show off yesterday on stream. So join me on Friday if you want to see how I'm getting on with that.
Awesome. Well, that's only number 1 of our list of 15.
God.
Lewis, Nadia, Andrew, would you buy this?
No.
No.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, in hindsight, it says at the bottom of this paragraph, it's now worth about $8,000 on eBay. But
What?
but at the time, nah.
Okay, cool. Move on to number 2, please.
Revenge of the Sith air sickness bags. I remember seeing this.
Yeah.
Revenge.
These are free.
Sick.
Air Sith.
That's the reason they have
Revenge of the
this.
Sith.
This was a Virgin Atlantic
My
collaboration.
favorite Star Wars movie.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Did they have this because the movie made people sick?
No, they had it on airplanes.
Also, Mish may have also.
Oh no, don't worry about
already-
that. Yeah, that's fine. But if you want to
Yeah.
see it in
5 minutes
action,
ago.
you want to see it in action.
5 minutes. You
wanna see
posted it a second before you mentioned
Really?
Yeah.
Magical. Thanks, Mesh.
it. It looks great. It looks amazing. Congratulations.
Sorry,
yeah,
Sam,
these
yes,
are the
sickness bag.
air sickness bags. I think this is a cool. Like no one has ever done this, and I think on one hand that's really good because it's something unique as a collectible item. Yeah, you'll go, that's really dumb, but it's genuinely a unique item. On the other hand, if you're Virgin Atlantic, how many sick bags do you think you go through a year? Like, I personally have never been sick on a plane. I don't know how many of you have, but if you have been sick on a plane, I doubt it's every single time you get on. Most people aren't sick on planes, so I feel like that's very often you don't need to buy as many sick bags. Like, you don't need to buy them repeatedly over and over again.
True.
These have an expiry date for the collaborative effort, so eventually you will need to get rid of them, or people will just start taking these sick bags home as a commemorative item and then need to buy more sick bags. It's a
Yeah,
sunk
so the
cost.
problem is people will do that, or they do what I used to do, which was if I wanted to stick my chewing gum somewhere, I would
So-
stick it in them.
I've always found it curious that, and I understand why, but the sick bags in airplanes always kind of reminded me of pick and mix bags. So if I saw
cool.
one,
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel
Paper
like
sack.
I'd be like, sweeties. Like it made me think of sweets.
Reach
Not
in.
sick.
Bit of a surprise.
10 out of 10. Would not want this. Thank you. It's
I
cool.
would
it's
take
weird.
it for free, but I wouldn't buy it.
So
Nah.
yeah, I would take it with me because it's free.
If I was on the airplane,
But,
yeah, it was on a flight and it was there.
I guess the thing is, right, is I don't work in an airplane and never have, so I don't know the rules. But like, sanitation wise, do you think they need to like just get rid of all of the ones that were on a flight, just in case something has happened to them?
Here's the
Or-
yeah, I suppose that they need to double check.
end of the flight, there needs to be
chances are-
fresh ones out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they changed
Yeah.
the.
So like, I guess that is
building.
like a lot of them that may, I don't know if this is true, but may just get thrown away.
Anyway,
So what's your
number 3,
Absolutely.
C3PO tape dispenser.
Very creepy. Almost looks like it should be a pod racer.
Why is the tape coming out of his
I-
crotch?
I was gonna say this tape coming out of his neck.
Am I?
He looks like he's saying, "Oh my."
R2, we're in another sticky
my.
situation. Like, what? No, do not want. Can I just move on very quickly to the next
One.
one?
I actually also don't want it.
Star Wars apples? The photo is not working. What? No.
That one doesn't have a photo. That one I think is. I have no
Oh,
idea what the Star Wars
boo.
apples is.
Boo.
But just move on to the Wampa arm scraper. That's important.
Is this for? Is this for
it's
scraping
nice.
ice off
Oh,
your
okay.
windshield?
Yes, it is.
It's a think
When you
geek
said-
item. It's a think geek item.
When you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
arm scraper, I thought you meant it was like a back scratcher, but it was like the severed arm of the Wampa. But no, okay.
Nah, it's just for furries.
I like that. But
I wouldn't need. I don't need it.
It's not exactly like when I think of Star Wars, I don't think of Wampas, and I don't think of a Wampa ice scraper. I don't know. A lightsaber ice scraper would probably be.
Right, but what can I ask? Is there an actual like scraper
near the
part
window and
underneath
it
the
melts
hand, or is it just you're just clawing?
No. There was a. If I remember rightly, there was a plastic. You know the plastic bit you usually get to scrape your ice off. That was
from
inside
that
the
image,
bit.
it just looks like you're scratching at it. For
I'm just rubbing my car. Furry like car. Oh, Star Wars coffee creamer.
Is this
like
after
when-
C3PO gets taped?
C-3PO looks weird as hell on these. Everyone else looks at least how you'd imagine. C-3PO looks angry and upset.
Chewbacca doesn't look great either, I'll be honest with you.
These look a lot like the shampoo bottles.
Oh yeah, that would be
Oh,
a
yeah, the
confusing.
That
name.
would be very confusing. Yeah.
Like, if you guys remember them, yeah.
Yeah.
Aye, the matey shampoos or whatever the hell it was.
So I feel like a mistake would be made. I imagine someone has made that mistake.
I'm
As-
noticing.
I
I'm not
want to
going
go.
to play the video, but I'm noticing they all have different flavors. Did you notice this, Sam?
I did not fully.
So
Yeah.
I can read them off.
You
This is
just
the,
wasted your hosting ability. Well done.
Thank you,
You
Coop.
might as well have not bothered.
You might as well not bother, man. So the
Don't do that.
the R2D2.
Thank you very much.
I'm just repeating what GLaDOS said. It's GLaDOS, it's not me. Sorry, the R2D2 one is French vanilla. The C3PO is hazelnut. I assume that's Darth in the middle.
Yeah,
He is
espresso chocolate.
espresso chocolate. I love that Boba Fett is Italian sweet cream. Italian something.
Of course,
Listen,
Boba
I
Fett,
don't want-
known for his
I'm gonna play the
Italian
video now.
sweet cream.
Yeah, Italian.
Boba Fett, I avenge
really-
my father Django.
Chewbacca's spice latte, but also I don't want anything to do with Chewbacca or Boba Fett's cream in my coffee.
But C-3PO, you're alright.
C3PO is probably just engine oil at that point.
And
Hazelnut
yeah,
flavored engine oil.
Chewbacca is actually Sam's perfect. It's like a spiced,
Cinnamon,
Yeah.
vanilla.
cinnamony, spiced vanilla thing. Yeah.
I like
Space
these.
latte, that's
You obviously they do these things all the time, not just with Star Wars. Like if I ever go into an Asian supermarket, there's always like some K-pop band or on the side of canned coffees. Like it's very regular.
I think that's because they're missing, right? And they're trying to find them.
Chop sabers. Number 7. Chop sabers.
Chop sabers. Yeah, my
Where have I
dad
seen these
still.
before?
My dad still
Available.
never used his.
Available unofficially on our website. Just here. Go. Sorry, Tontana. I beat you with my button. Haha! I have a
I already
button.
I had it typed out and everything.
I have
But
a
you
button.
guys just
Sorry.
like
I've got my.
fancy stream decks and everything.
It's a crappy Kindle. What's the buttons on it?
He's turned a
Fancy
Kindle
stream deck.
Anyway, Chop Saber's available on our web store. Go check them out. There's only a couple of colours left.
Our
so get in there
web
while you can. Number 8, Darth Vader Black Burger and Jedi Burger. This is
Yeah,
from
no
the
idea.
French fast food chain called Quick.
Yeah, quick. Oh, Quick Burger.
Quick Burger.
Quickly
yeah.
Burger.
There you
Oh, big fan of
Less
them.
exciting jalapeno Jedi
I
burger.
like the sound of the
With mayonnaise
less
on a
exciting one.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I don't understand because it's Darth Vader, right? It's
Yep.
also mentions the Phantom Menace.
Yep.
But it's very clearly got Obi-Wan and Anakin from Clone Wars.
Oh no, that's the next item. That's number 9.
Oh, is that
the
next
Star
one?
Wars
Apologies.
Fishing
Okay.
kit.
I was like, this is too much.
I've
Here, these are
spotted-
different
I've spotted
things.
what the next one is, and I don't want to scroll any further. Sam, have you vetted this?
Yeah, I've looked through the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, it's the next one after the silly fishing kit.
The Lando
Is-
Calrissian disguise,
The Lando Calrissian disguise kit,
which is
Got a mustache.
which is
It's
just,
just
a
a
mustache. Wow, that's something else. Wow. What's that? Oh, wait, toilet paper.
yeah, just some toilet paper, just random on the outside, nothing special about it. There's
It's what's coming up next. What I think it is. It says, I've read the title.
There-
Oh my god.
There is no photo. You can't scroll down. There's photos online if you want to Google one right now, and you can. I'd only seen these recently. There are Tauntaun sleeping bags. The other thing that isn't photographed or part of this list is the very creepy Darth Maul inflatable chair, where you sit on his lap.
I'm googling
It's
it now.
not bad.
Daddy
On the
Maul.
outside.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow, it's nothing like I thought it was going to be.
What, the
The
sleeping
Tauntaun
bags?
sleeping bag. Oh my, oh wow.
Is it
Oh, my.
just a sleeping bag
Oh, my.
that's
Oh, my.
free, or is it...
Oh,
Are you ready?
Oh, Chewie!
Oh gee wee. Here it comes. It's the guy.
Lovely.
It's the guy inside the sleeping bag.
Why? It looks like a kobold.
It just looks like a dinosaur, yeah, with legs. Is it just so you want to feel like someone's holding you at night? It's just like, you know, like those boyfriend pillows that make them look like they've got their arm.
The
around
horrible
you.
thing is you could fold the head away and then your head would just be sticking out the top and you've got the Tauntaun
Like a
body.
dinosaur.
The arm and the leg and the tail.
Or is it like is it like the Kirby desk head that you can just put your head inside?
Why am I square? Anyway, that's that, yeah. Sorry, we still have more.
Why is it smiling? Why is the dead Tauntauns?
Because I have a
smiling?
human inside me.
Oh,
Sorry, that's not the end of the list. Sorry, there's
that's
still
not
more.
the end of the list. No, there's
No, Sean. I don't
Ample
get it.
Hills ice cream, the light side and the dark side, which is from Brooklyn Ice Creamery.
The dark one is fudge brownie with cocoa
Excellent.
crispies, and then the light side is white chocolate pearls.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dark side. all the
Oh,
way
dark
around.
side every time.
Yeah.
Fudge
No,
brownie.
I'm on board with either of them. I want a
No.
scoop of each.
No, wait a minute, you're reading it wrong. So the light side is marshmallow ice cream with
Oh, okay.
crispies. The dark side is ultra dark chocolate ice cream, chock full of espresso fudge brownies, and white chocolate pearls. I'm all about the light side.
Still dark side.
I'm light
I'm
side,
still
dark
dark
chocolate.
side.
I want some marshmallow ice cream.
Why
Well,
can't we have...
if you can't choose between light or dark, I've got someone who's a perfect middle ground for you. And that's
Why?
number 15 on our list. The Jar Jar Binks
We
lollipop.
finally got there.
Jar Jar Binks, everything in the world.
Suck on his tongue, ladies and gentlemen.
I just like
Enjoy Star Wars Episode 1 in a cinema near you as you suck on Jar Jar Binks' tongue, a character you haven't even been introduced to yet.
So is this
So
like
you
a
just
push
walk
pop?
up to the cinema
Sorry.
and it's like, do you want to suck an
Turn him-
alien
It's
tongue?
push
To
pop.
turn him
It's-
sideways,
it's
you would literally need to like properly.
And then it's just Jar Jar going.
Otherwise, he's grabbing you.
of you.
You're making out with Jar Jar Binks at that point.
tasted great. Oh my god.
Every time I would eat it, I wouldn't be able to stop myself. Every time I would go.
Lisa, no consent. No. So
Oh, come on, man.
You bought
No.
me.
I went too
You
far.
bought me
I'm
the
sorry.
cinema.
That's wrong, and let's never
Right,
ever.
okay.
Can we not?
It was a push-up style lollipop with the Gungan's hideous reptile-like tongue.
There's a sweet candy inside.
Oh, this is great, by the way.
This is
Disgusting.
French kiss Jar Jar.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
It was one of his. Alright.
That's horrible. Anyway, can we move on very quickly to the next
absolutely.
bit? Let's quickly rush over to our next game, which is The Thing coming back. Is that right? Yes, it's this.
The returning.
To that.
Must be quick.
What's the Elvish word for friend?
Melon.
Unity, yeah. Depends how many classes they have.
Ladies
That's not gonna
and
work.
gentlemen, it's time for the return of the thing. The return of the thing is when a thing return. No, I still can't do it right.
What's Return of the Thing?
Thank you very much, Sam, and thank you, Andy. The returning thing this week is brought to us by Sam, and Return of the Thing is a thing that returns every week, most weeks. Not anymore. I need to edit this pitch. Pretty much, we put ourselves in the shoes of a character from a video game, a movie, a book, whatever, and we have to deal with the situation that they were in, and react to it how best we can. In the past, we've had what job would you have if you were half man, half robot, not caught? And what would you do if Danny DeVito was your twin?
Yeah.
This week, Sam, what do we have?
Actually,
Well,
before you explain, Sam, I have an image to go along with the game. It is an image from a figurine, a collectible that you can buy online, and I'll display
I will
it
most definitely buy it.
after Sam explains what the thing is this week.
So this thing's week is because it's Star Wars days. I had to come up with a Star Wars prompt, and I said to my dad, I need to think of a Star Wars prompt. I'm not very good at coming up with prompts for this game. Can you give me a Star Wars scenario? And he said, can I? And then I rejected all of his suggestions and picked this instead. So this week we are talking about Star Wars Episode 5. The princess is not in this castle. She's in a hut, a Jabba the Hutt.
She's not in Jabba the Hutt. Please don't say that.
Thankfully,
The prompt was, how would you save Princess Leia from Jabba the Hutt's lair? Andrew, please display whatever first image you've got.
oh no.
Sexy.
I'm gonna assume it's cropped on her
Yes.
for a reason.
Okay, so number one, I was just going to put up the traditional picture that everyone knows of Princess Leia in the golden bikini with Jabba the Hutt sitting behind her. But I thought I would go with something a bit funnier. And
Then he was going to go with
go with
me
the
and
more
Andy's Christmas card photos from 2 years ago.
the more empowering picture of Leia strangling the crap out of her oppressor with a chain. Which is also, as I say, this is a picture of a figurine which you can buy online now.
I'd like to stress, I felt really bad about
very
phrasing the
shiny.
question of how would you rescue Princess Leia, but I genuinely suck at coming up with prompts for this game, and this was the only good one. And even though I felt like it was very, going backwards with regards to her character, I was also like, I can't think of anything else.
Well, my answer for your question, actually, because you did, my answer is very simple, it's very quick, it's very easy. Salt. Salt.
Salt the
How
slug.
would, how would you
Salt
do
Jabba,
that?
and you'll melt. Done.
You're gonna salt Jabba, okay?
Not assault, salt.
So you throw salt at him?
Yeah.
Would you do it with a
Salt
little bit of
the
flair?
pals.
Well, I would
Don't be that guy.
maybe. Okay, if you want me to elaborate a little more,
could be a kink of his.
I would go through the training process. I would go through the interview process and get a job at Lush. Once I'm employed with Lush and I've been through the training program, I would then create a bath bomb or a specific bath bomb that Jabba would enjoy. Then I would take that bath bomb and I would put salt inside of it. Unbeknownst to Jabba, he goes for one of his daily baths and puts the salty bath bomb in, and it
he's
instantly
known to
kills
have.
him. He becomes Jabba the soup.
That's
Jabba
I'd
the
like to
Slush?
point out, I don't think Jabba the Hutt's had a bath in ever.
No, I think he baths in his own glory. Look at that man. Look at that crime boss. He's like Don Corleone of his time.
Thank you very much, oh my gosh, thank you. I thought this through very quickly there.
For those watching back at home later on,
I've had
Andrew's idea has been described as Agent 47 levels of shit.
That way.
I think.
I described that poorly. So that's Andrew's theory.
Clear correct.
Salt him.
Salt him. Does anyone else have a suggestion? I have prepared one as well.
Oh, wonderful.
I have a suggestion.
Okay, Nadia.
So this is a retroactive, like we're going back in time before this, and it's to allow Leia to rescue herself a little bit quicker. We avoid the sexism of the Star Wars franchise in the first 3 movies, and we actually let Leia
Let Leia what? We missed that. Cut out.
let Leia become a Jedi, because eventually you figure out she's apparently already got a she is Leia's twin brother and
Yeah.
Jedi, so let her learn.
I like that when Nadia starts to get really empowered and talk about things that are important, Discord becomes sexist and just starts muting her
She goes,
randomly.
no! It's because my voice gets higher and it can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
And then
That's
she can just go.
accurate. Much like how she hated this entire costuming and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Again,
going to
I
announce why you weren't
apologise.
allowed bras in space because George
my al-
what's his face was an
Exactly.
idiot.
My alternate suggestion was going to be what colour would your lightsaber be, alright? I felt this gave better discussion.
And that's personal. I'm not telling you what color my lightsaber is. Goodness sake.
So
Mine's a bit wonky at the front.
my strategy for this is
Too short for the
to
average.
while everyone
It's
is
gone a bit
asleep,
dooku.
infiltrate Jabba's compound, right? I would then trade clothes with Leia, and I would put on my wig, and she can go off and be.
Yeah.
She can be like fully
You're
dressed.
spitting
and
image.
everything
Spitting image.
good.
Man. Spitting
Yeah,
image.
exactly.
Totally.
But just
I would've
cinnamon buns.
I mean, not getting Luke,
exactly.
her blood relative, her brother in. No.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah,
do
he's here to
Send-
save the universe. Lewis is
Send it later. Yeah, exactly. I'm not Luke. I'm Luke. So, like,
You're Lua. You're
Yeah.
literally Lua.
yeah. So then, Jabba thinks clearly that I am actually Leia, but Leia's actually already awake. She's saved.
Does he think?
And then I would, I'd get on his good side. I'd live with him until he grew old, and then I would kill him and steal his money, and then bada boom, bada bing.
You're gonna
I am the
become
new
Sugar
crime
Baby
lord.
You're gonna become Sugar Baby for.
There's so many turns of phrase I want to use.
I've rescued a woman and taken down a crime lord. I don't know what more you want.
Yeah, but you're also apparently going to get in a relationship with him, marry him, and wait until then take. So you'll have a heart,
Yeah,
and you'll show up. You'll show up in one of those black dressing gowns, like
My-
all
he's
better.
still-
my
he's still
bikini
wearing
is
the same
black.
outfit, but
Yeah, it's just like
It's
my
black and gold
husband's
now.
dead? What
Yes.
do you mean?
Yeah.
no shot.
I have like some fur collar thing, and I swish it across with something like
Swoosh.
my husband, the slug, is dead.
So I sadly
Yeah,
just rush
there you
through this
go.
so that I can give mine because we're running out of time. Mine will also have you ignoring some of the continuity of Star Wars because we have to imagine that Han Solo is not currently encased in some cement.
What
So,
are you, Disney?
If you have a
Sorry.
problem and if no one else can help, then maybe you should order the B Team. The B Team is the Star Wars version of the A Team. So you need the 4 variants of the classic A Team characters. You need, I've forgotten his name already. You need
Baracus. Hannibal Face.
Hannibal, Face, B.A. Baracus, and Mad Matt Murdoch. So, I've got it written on my hand here. In this universe, our Han, or Hannibal, is going to be Han. Easy there.
Makes sense, yep.
Our Face, because he's the pretty one, is going to be Lando Calrissian.
Okay.
Our B.A. Baracus is going to be Chewie, because he's the muscle of the group. And our Mad
Stereotypical
Matt
one.
Murdoch is going to be R2-D2, because he's mental and can fly. And that's the Star Wars A-Team.
R2D2 only flies when someone launches him through the air, which happens surprisingly.
The Discord said no. It
Discord
censored you. It
massively
censored you again.
disagreed with that.
Censored you again.
Also, he's not called Matt. It's Howling Mad Murdoch,
Mad
which I've just
Murdoch.
looked up because Matt Murdoch is Daredevil.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe if we switch them out, the plan still works.
We've
The
got
blind man is
Hannibal, Face, B.A. Baracus, and Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yep.
I'm looking up for his first name, but apparently he's just Captain in everything.
Yeah.
He's just Captain Murdoch.
Yeah,
Yeah, everyone just calls him Murdoch.
Yep.
I want to rewatch
I've
the-
got
the
H and
A-Team
M
series
as his
again.
initials.
H&M.
That's what I want.
Love H&M. Yeah.
Speaking of H&M, we've got one more game to play, and it's cheap. I don't know.
Have we got time for
H&M is
this?
not cheap.
I panicked, I'll be honest.
We got time for this? We got time for this, maybe? I don't know. Let's go.
We'll do
quick.
one round of Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal. It's a game about puns and celebrity names. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal.
Let's have you incorporate English.
Okay, it's time for
What?
Shaquille O'Neal. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get away from someone's face. This is actually the. This is not your traditional version of the Shaquille O'Neal. Sam has
not.
prepared a wonderful Star Wars edition of Shaquille O'Neal. To explain what
That's
Shaquille
right.
O'Neal is. Sorry, Shaquille O'Neal? Shaquille O'Neal. I just said it so many times it's lost meaning.
Aquinas.
Shaquinus Maginus. I said Maginus, not the V. Never mind.
Sorry, I'm
Shaquille
taking-
O'Neal is where
Like,
we're provided with a wheel of names, and the aim of the game is to come up with a rhyme for that name that makes everyone giggly giggle, and not go no. And if you're unable to come up with a name, you're out of the game. Simple as that. We ask that you don't take part in the chat during the stream, but you may put them in our Discord if you visit this link right now, and you can put in your version if you like, no problemo. Are you guys ready for a quick one round?
We will go in order of Lewis, Nadia, me,
That's
and
the other
Andrews. That's how it looks on our Discord call. If you pause too long or it's rubbish and not one of us goes, yeah, then you're out. Yes, it's Jar Jar Binks' face and it's the colours of the lightsabers. That's what we went for today on this May the 4th. I was absolutely reminded last night by Michelle that today is May 4th. I made all of these games very last minute. Let's go!
All right, let's spin that Jar Jar.
Someone's gonna have to say.
Okay, I'll read it out.
Oh yeah.
We've got. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, there you go.
It's Admiral Akbar!
Yeah!
It's a trap! It's a trap!
All right.
Okay.
Between each person failing, we will take a deep breath and then continue. But for now, we start with Lewis in 3, 2, 1, go.
Admiral Akbar is diabetic and needs to carry a little sweet thing with them. Admiral Snack Bar.
Admiral Akbar is secretly a duck. Admiral Quackbar.
Admiral Akbar is a bar of soap made of charcoal. Admiral Black Bar.
Nice. Admiral Akbar is a computer genius who hates the government. Admiral Hackbar.
Yeah, yes.
Admiral Akbar is starring in the Lion King remake. Admiral Akscar.
Admiral Akbar took up running as a high school sport. He's now an Olympian. Admiral Tracks.
I like that. Admiral Akbar is uncool in the 1980s. Admiral Whack-Bar.
Admiral Akbar, I keep almost saying the right one, is my favourite recreational drug, Admiral Smackbar.
Admiral Akbar is starting a band. Admiral Guitar.
Admiral Akbar has recently started his own family. Dadmiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar is a video game I've only ever seen the group called Funhouse play. Admiral Heavy Metal Fakbar.
Admiral Akbar likes you, Admiral Akbar.
Okay. Admiral Akbar is Eastern European monarch. Admiral Aksar?
Admiral Akbar is going through a rough time. It's Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar is a popular trend, but only for a moment. Fadmiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar was the worst PlayStation 4 release title, Admiral Nakbar.
That is true, that was a bad one.
Thank you.
Admiral Akbar is a air detection system. Admiral Radar. Count me out, that was bad.
Oh, loose out. Okay.
Alright.
Take a deep breath. And then Nadia goes.
Admiral Akbar isn't really small, he's just somewhere else. Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar is a douchebag. Chadmiral Akbar.
Nice. Admiral Akbar is a popular Muppets catchphrase. Admiral Wacka Wackbar.
Admiral Akbar takes up a new career. Admiral Akhtar.
Admiral Akbar is a water Pokemon. Azumarill Akbar.
Admiral Akbar is no. Admiral Akbar is the most popular road covering. Sorry, most popular. Oh god, I'm out. No, I can't do it. I can't even think about a word. The lead up. Damn it.
We're gonna take a deep breath.
Asphalt Bar.
No, I was gonna go asphalt.
Take a deep
Aktar,
breath.
and I could not get the.
Akbar.
And then Nadia goes.
Admiral Akbar recently finished university. Gradmiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar is evil. Badmiral Backbar.
Admiral Akbar is about to join a Irish band, Bradmiral Akbar.
How much milk do you like in your tea? Just a Tadmiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar recently learned how to drive. Admiral Akbar.
I've absolutely panicked and can't think of anything. It's Nadia wins. This may the 4th version of Shaquille. Oh, Winus, congratulations. And that's it for the quick portion of our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for hanging out.
Sorry, this cheer goes on for too long. I forget how long that cheer noise is. Guys, thank you for joining me. It's been a lovely show. Back in the seat, back in the habit, if you will. Your sister act reference there. What? No. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you to everyone watching the show. You can catch us on our Twitch channel, Twitch channels, twitch.tv/Arcade Glasgow and twitch.tv/Arcade2. You can find more of our content here on YouTube if you're watching this in the future. And you can also find us on our Discord, a link to which is on our website, arcadeglasgow.com. And you'll also find a link there for our Patreon, patreon.com/Arcade Glasgow, where you can support us to get exclusive video content, as well as blog posts and lots of other really cool wee bits and pieces that we give away to our favourite fans. So thank you to Sam, thank you to Nadia, thank you to Lewis, and we will see you all again next week. Everybody say bye!
Thanks for watching.